Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the A Collision with Purpose project on the Spotlight. Here, individuals are allowed to explore self in pursuit of their purpose. I am DrLaxley Stephenson, and I'm your host. The A Collision with Purpose project allows individuals to pause, take a quiet moment and listen, be introspective, and engage self-reflection in pursuing their purpose to unleash possibilities with far-reaching implications for self and others. Today, the A Collision with Purpose project spotlight is on Mr. Augusta Foster III. Mr. Foster is a father, a program analyst at Delta Airlines, and a mental health advocate. Let us welcome Mr. Foster to the A Collision with Purpose project on the spotlight.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Laxley, thank you for this opportunity. I'm excited to share this space with you.
Mr. Foster, I am pleased to welcome you to the A Collision with Purpose project on the spotlight. I look forward to an engaging, insightful, and interactive conversation with you about a topic that is arguably one of the most consequential concepts in forming how we function as individuals and ultimately what we perceive as our legacy.
Awesome. Can't wait to delve into this topic, sir. I'm excited to talk about purpose.
You know, Mr. Foster, today you'll explore yourself in pursuit of your purpose. I will be asking you a series of questions relating to purpose. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get into
it. Given the consequential implications of knowing and living a purposeful life, I believe that any conversation about purpose should begin with a definition. So I'm going to ask you to define purpose, but do so in a general way.
A broad and general way that I would define purpose would be a reason. I would ask someone, what is their reason for being? What is their reason for waking up in the morning? So I would define purpose as reason.
Purpose is a reason, and a reason for one's existence, what you're called to do. So given the significance, you say it's important for you and others to know their purpose?
Oh, absolutely. I would agree that when someone knows their purpose, they are fulfilling the will of God. They're doing what they are tasked to do on this earth. When you are living and moving and breathing and operating in your purpose, the world is a better place, and you have a better sense of fulfillment and achievement in yourself when you understand, you know, you're fulfilling your reason.
And what is your specific purpose? Can you share?
Oh, I firmly believe my purpose for being on this earth is being a father and fulfilling the role of a fatherhood to all of my children, and not just to them, but the young people and kids that have been extended around me that I've brought in and been able to mentor and help, whether that be nieces or nephews or others. But I believe my role is to be a father on this earth.
What about the other things that you do? You, in your bio, it says that you're a mental health advocate. How does that serve in your purpose?
I believe that serves in my purpose because as someone who looks like me, I'm a young Black man born and raised in South Central California, or South Central Los Angeles, California to be specific. I grew up around a number of people who did not make the best of the finest choices. And I ended up into mental health advocacy, very similar to a way how I ended up in my prior career in law enforcement. I saw that we were being at times neglected and left out. So in the mental health space, I've been able to work with a number of nonprofit organizations. Right now, I work as a facilitator and contributor to Black Men Heal, which helps provide free mental health service for Black men, because very often we are the forgotten about group, the left out group when it comes to mental health, work-life balance, and just overall well-being. So that's something I'm very proud of participating in, and engaging with people who look like me to find those who are lost or sometimes forgotten about in that conversation.
Yeah, how can our listeners get involved with some of the work you're doing as a mental health advocate?
Absolutely. One of the ways you can, if you're locally in Where I live in Atlanta, you can volunteer at a place called Gateway Center. They engage everything from adults to youth, mental health, homeless. They provide a large realm and scope of services for those underprivileged. With respect to Black Men Heal, it's Black Men Heal on all of the platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Actually, there's every Sunday a group that convenes and fellowships by the name of King's Corner, where Black men get together and have open, valid, and vulnerable discussions on every topic possible. So if you could reach out to any of those and tap in and follow and just become part of it, it's a great fellowship of men assisting men.
Let's talk about your work in law enforcement and how did that support your purpose?
I believe that supported my purpose. Similar, like I said, to the mental health work. I was a youth who was more than troubled. I spent my time having issues with the law. Despite coming from a very good home, I still elected to do some things on my own that put me in the eyes of law enforcement and in some tough situations. So from that, I realized as a youth that there wasn't enough intervention from law enforcement. It was more of a practice of the iron fist and policy instead of actual community engagement, stepping out on the front line, being able to reach out and be someone beyond that badge. So I fell into that career because I knew there needed to be a change with respect to people who looked like me working that job, as opposed to just doing it as a job, but being someone who wanted to actually intervene and mitigate possible future issues with young men who looked like me and had followed or were on a very similar path than me. I felt doing that job and having that authority, just that presence in the uniform, allowed me to be a blessing to so many young men when I would volunteer to show them that where they were now wasn't where they had to end up.
Yeah, let's talk about those young men that you're talking about right there. What suggestions would you offer them? Stay, to walk straight, so to speak, or to avoid challenges that you went through?
I would say, it was different for me. I tell people the only difference between me and a number of my friends growing up was I had parents who really cared and invested in me. And I know at times, often the single parent home or trouble with a two-parent home. So my suggestion to those young men would be find someone around you who you trust, who loves you and has a real, genuine interest in your growth and in your trajectory in life overall, and go there, whether that be at the church, whether that be at the mosque, whether that be at the volunteer center. Find people who are really invested in you, and you'll feel it in yourself that this is someone who cares for me more than me just being an athlete or me being in entertainment or me doing whatever the avenue is. You'll feel it in yourself that this is somebody who really wants to see me succeed, and surround yourself with those kinds of people.
Mentoring is important, and that's what you're talking about. Too many of us lack that type of support that mentorship or mentoring provide, unfortunately. And it's not just for young people as well, even older people need some
Yes.
mentoring. So I think that's a great suggestion.